notes, that's a mobby pass. More chops than karate class. I can hear the blues when the shotty blast. The whole block blowing horns, that's that Jackson jazz. When the blue notes, that's a mobby pass. More chops than karate class. I can hear the blues when the shotty blast. The whole block blowing horns, that's that Jackson jazz.
I told you guys, man, we coming with it, man. We nonstop. What's going on? This is VI, and this is Factorz TV. I think we'll be back with number 14.
14, yeah.
Man, we on track this week. We got it, man. We down pat, man. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for coming back to tune in with us, man. It's another week down here at Converge, man, and we kicking the facts and the news you can use.
Yeah, man, we're going to speak in plenty of topics from sports to the slap heard around the world to child support, to many things we're going to speak on. So,
this word give me the shivers. Just say it again. Child support.
For real. What's going on with you, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Over this past weekend, everybody and their mom wanted to have a game night. So I went to like 16 game nights this weekend. Have fun at all of them.
It's good, clean fun.
You know, the pandemic really made people get together within their homes. So we had a good time at all the game nights we went to, man. And appreciate everybody having us, inviting us, because it's your personal space. And, you know, the pandemic made people not want to be around certain people. Like, man, not everybody can't come.
It's just funny to me because everybody's like, F COVID. Because it's like, hey, I'm having a game night, you know, where 6 months ago, they're like, man, don't come around me. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with you. So everybody's like, hey, I miss having fun. I miss socializing. You know, I mean, the mandates lifted, but even before then, people were like, let's get together. Yeah. So, you know.
Nah, but other than that, though, man, had a good weekend, enjoying myself, man, and getting ready to move and just, you know, just transition. It's a transition period for me. So just new things, man, and making sure that I
Didn't
stay
you
solid,
start back in school?
Yeah, man, break was over, man. The good times, it must roll on. And, school's dope, though. It just gives you a sense of structure. You know what I'm saying? It fills your time and you're working towards something that will be fulfillment, a great reward. So I'm excited. I'm actually excited that school's taking up my time and making me focus on something. And, you know, I'm going to get it done, man. But other than that, bro, what you had going?
Moving and tired, body broken down. So funny. 10 years ago, I would have woke up like X-Men. Now I'm waking up like old man. Shoot. My body. But other than that, nah, it's been good, man. Just chilling, handling business, getting things aligned in my life. But kudos to you for starting school. Because like I told you, I want to go back to school, but I don't want to go back to school. So you being in it, you know.
I think being older is better. You're more focused and disciplined. Because we was in college younger and was just like, yeah, let's party. Oh, yeah, we party all the time anyway, so this fits.
We had no business. I attended South Central, did some programs at UW, but I was at every college like I was a tenured
man, veteran.
Central Washington, Pullman, you name it. Idaho, Mom's Weekend. Mom's Weekend.
Speaking of Mom's Weekend, man, you used to be able to get there on a $80 full tank.
Man, now everybody got to piece up. Hey, man, how much you got up on the road trip, bro? You're not going for free, man.
It's that gas tank, man. How you feeling, man? You got a big body, man. You got like, what, 23-gallon tank or something? Or?
Yeah, but also I have fuel management. You know? When I bought my car, you know.
I've gone too far, my bad. Excuse me, everybody. He has fuel management in his car.
Yeah, and I'm premium gas, but also my car, like a full tank, I get 600 miles, you know, so when you're buying your car, be smart about it.
Car.
I mean, well, you want all horsepower. You got 600-700 horses in a Mercedes. Yeah, 6.3 liter. Chugga. Of course.
Bro, it is depressing. I went to the pump just to, put some gas in it, and literally it was like only putting like 60. It was under like right under a half.
It's not anymore.
Well, hey,
yesterday's price is not today's price.
And that's real talk.
For real.
Man.
But speaking of gas, California and some other states, I know we've spoken this before, but I'm just trying to drill into Washington State because we're from here, and they just don't give a damn about anything. But they're looking to give you a rebate on your taxes. I know Washington State does it for electric cars, go green, but people do still drive, and they need the help. So I don't understand why we haven't been speaking about getting people rebates on gas, tax,
Well, there's a couple of states that actually cut the gas tax for a couple months.
Really?
I want to say there's a Midwest, I want to say Kansas or Texas or maybe California, but they cut the gas tax. I don't want to, say too many different things, but they cut the gas tax and doing it for a couple of months to help people not, go into bankruptcy or, be able to lose their cars or homes because gas is becoming a major bill. It's always been a bill. It's always been something you had to, put into your daily budget. But right now it's like, really, do I want to go here?
No, there's some people, because, everybody from the pandemic has been working remotely. I spoke to, a few people this past weekend from, the events we do and the internet, and they basically were saying, they wouldn't mind going back to work, but now the gas is the issue. Like they're saying, because everybody wants to be in brick and mortar. It's a building, but you have to travel to it. And a lot of people are like, hey, that's $400, $600, $800, depending on, what you drive, how far you live, a month on gas that they could be saving, and they are saving. So a lot of people are like, hey, I'm not trying to go back to work.
Even I was working for Noble Wine before the pandemic. It was a driving job, and if you were merchandising, you had to drive your own vehicle and you get a rebate. And even at that time, the rebate wasn't even worth the maintenance and gas, you would do or use on your car. So I can only imagine now you driving for a job, and they're like, here goes $250, and your car, the gas for that is that and the maintenance. So
insane. Free game, you guys. If you're low on cash and you get around, go to U-Haul, get a pickup truck for $19.99. And just run the gas out and return it, and their gas actually charge you $3.99 a gallon. So I'm just looking out. We have to look out for each other. We got to hold each other accountable. And it's their bad they haven't marked it up. I just looked yesterday, and it's still, if you bring it back empty, they're going to charge you $3.99 a gallon. So compared to $5, $6, man, go ahead and rent you a little U-Haul.
Is it that bad now?
Man, it's ugly. There's some people who don't want to go back to work. Like, I saw somebody on Facebook say, hey, can somebody loan me $100 this week to get to work? And, most of the time I'd be ready to crack a joke. I was like, damn, man, where's your cash at?
It's really bad.
Can I help? So
man, it's really bad out here, man. But yeah, the gas is really crazy right now. And I know it's to fund certain things. I mean, you don't just raise the gas up and then we're at war and we're helping wars and certain things. There's so much money you acquire. We don't even think about the money being made. We think about the money we're spending. Like, they done made trillions, gajillions, fafillions in the last, month or so. You done made so much X amount of money. So, it's all a game and it's all a gimmick. We just got to position ourselves to be able to take care of ourselves. Because, I mean, when I started driving, I remember gas was like, when I got my license, gas was probably like 108, 109.
Take me back.
Hit 2, I was like, man, this is crazy. Man, I wish I could get back to $2, man. I'll get you some gas. You watching this? And they went back to $2.
Nah, it's crazy because now, the homies used to throw $10, $20 for gas. Now it's like, hey, bro, I'm not moving,
I'm not going nowhere, family.
I need $40 or $50,
Listen, man.
Call an Uber, bro. It's all good. I'm not tripping.
No, the Uber's got the gas surcharge.
See?
Man, smoking rubes.
You got to get in the light rail then, because I'm not, man, I got to do things, bro. You want me to just $20? That's like, that's not even 4 gallons, bro. Like, it's
not,
bad.
Because it's 5 and some change a gallon.
On, man.
No, but yeah, man, it's going crazy. But hopefully they get it down and they figure something out to help us out in our region, because the Northwest needs it. We drive so much up here. We have a great transportation system, a public transportation system. But as far as like people driving, we drive up here in Seattle. We drive in the Northwest. It's not like other states and other cities that take a subway everywhere or got a whole bunch of different transportation that will get you here and there. Like, we have what we got, and then people are on the road for real. They're still
and
driving.
You also got to think about, because I used to complain about traveling, living here. And then, but you got to realize there's places like in Texas, like Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, LA. Everywhere they drive is 45 to an hour. Like here, somebody complained about having to drive from West Seattle to, the South End, or, the North End to Skyway. Like, people there really like to go to stores, they drive 45 to an hour,
No, it's spread out. That's what I didn't like about
muscle, So, I mean, you gotta take and give and get. You gotta understand that it could be worse, but also it's your situation you're living in, and it sucks. So, but now, what was I thinking about?
The next topic?
No, that's what's talking about.
It's the drill music.
The drill music, yeah.
Oh, your young life, turning up, man. What's going on, man? Talk to me.
They're products of their environments.
Yeah.
That's all that is. And that's why I wanted to speak on it, because there's no way you're banning the music but not the experience.
No, that's the thing. People who see it and see the violence and see the things that come around it, they're not realizing that this starts somewhere. And drill music is a genre of music that's mainly, you know, high rhythm, a lot of hi-hats, you know what I'm saying? It's real intense, and then it's usually about shooting or guns or gang violence, things like that. But just like with music, which is an art, it's their surroundings and their environments that they get to create these stories from. The only thing I do see with it and them trying to ban it is the motivation to make money is killing someone because you can make a song about it and it blow up. Yeah. And that's what a lot of them been doing. Like, they're really doing things in the streets, making songs about it, and people want to listen. These stories are vivid, you know what I'm saying? So it's literally like, it's a lose-lose because you're making money for everybody, but you're also putting yourself in a box. You're also creating a deadly situation for yourself because people are going to be after you. And then even when it comes to the industry, they start blocking shows out. Like, you can't come to the city. You know, a lot of people that are from these places that do drill came and perform in their own cities. So it's certain things that I can understand, but overall, it's you can't control freedom of speech. You can't control art. So it's kind of hard for them to do that. I don't think it's going to pass. I really don't.
And that's my thing. You can't change, like I said, you can't change the music and not change their surroundings. They're speaking from what they know. Yeah. Like you said, it brings different elements. It brings, you know, loss. It brings gains. You know, that's why people are so hungry in the trenches that they'll, you know, put out a song dissing somebody 2 blocks over because it's going to bring them money. You know, even if they can't go outside and even if their mama's house gets shot up and somebody gets killed.
They ain't got nothing to lose already.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
they ain't got nothing to lose, so they're like, hey, I'm going to make that gain. I just read somewhere, Tay K, who made the race, he's the only artist to ever go, I think it's like 4 or 5 times platinum, have over 1 billion streams altogether, and he's never performed it. He's the only artist to never perform, you know, and he probably won't ever get to do it. But
that song's The Race, and that was about a real situation, and obviously he's behind bars for a very long time for it, but I think they're actually having a battle in court over his estate because the song generated a lot of money. It really did. So it sucks that he did these things. People were hurt. It sucks that he is locked up. But the other thing is he's thinking about how to change his situation, and kind of he did. There's people who were in his family that got to enjoy that are trickling.
And he's a kid.
Yeah,
you know, he's a kid. Yeah. Like my thing is, don't try to face one thing and not face the other. Give the kids resources. Like, even when I was a kid, I remember people telling me things, but it didn't matter because it wasn't changing my situation.
Went in your face, yeah.
You know, yeah, hey, man, you need to do this. Okay, that's great, but this is right here, and it's showing me the end result, you know what I'm saying, or what I can get. You're just telling me some stuff that's, you know, so far gone that we're living day by day. You know what I'm saying? We're living so fast to where it's like, that doesn't matter to me right now.
It don't seem obtainable. I'm gonna reach for the obtainable. I'm gonna reach for what's in front of me right now.
Exactly.
I'm gonna reach out and grab that. So I mean, I'm being older and being a little more balanced. It's kind of like I understand what they're trying to do because the outcome of this music. But if we were to argue, I would make the same argument as you is you guys aren't even starting in the neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? But in the major city that started, Chicago, they're losing a big place right now, which is Old Block, which is a project, is being torn down and got sold. So we'll see how things change with that. But as far as the genre is not going to die down, they created something and they created hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, people don't realize how much money is put into their community. And that's why it's hard for them to be like, no, I'm not going to talk about him, or no, I'm not going to do this. Like, when you're seeing checks for this and you're taking care of people who never had nothing, like, it's really changing people's projection of their lives and where they would be. And these are the people that come for nothing, that don't have community resource or government resource. So it's kind of tough to point a finger at these people who come from something, took what they had, and made it everything. Because the violence been going on. Before they had the major drill rap, it was 700 bodies a year in Chicago. Now that you're getting this music and they're making money, now you want to ban the music and they're making money, which is changing their situation at the end of the day.
And that's what I was going to say. Even before Chicago, I mean, you remember we were kids, but in the movie it showed you they were doing this with NWA. I remember as a kid listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony, and they had we're not against rap. We're not against rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a protest, you know what I'm saying? It's violent, this and that, but there's been no change in the community. There's been no resources directed to what's going on. You know, no efforts, but you want to, you know, ban the end result, you know, which is the music. So, you know, I feel like it's not going to change how people feel until we change their environments or change what they're used to or, you know, what they're accessible to. You know, like, growing up, being honest, it's easier to go and get a pound of weed than
it's easy to go to the streets and get whatever you need than it is to go to somebody for someone else. Nowadays, there are a lot of more resources with the internet, with certain people being able to have a voice and speak about their situations and resources needed. But, you know, at our age and people older, it was hard for you to get to that. That wasn't put out there like that. So it was easier to go to something that was within reach and around you than it was to believe in the dream of college or believe in this trade that's going on, because at that age, man, you're in a situation of having to be an adult and having to do things. And so these kids that are making this music, they're no older than me, but they just come from situations that are so hard and so tough, and they found a way to get out. They're making music that is projecting their environment, and instead of checking their environment, you're trying to check them making money, which in return keeps them beneath you or keeps them below a certain level. And they're already coming from poverty. That's housing. That's project housing.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them places,
I was
a lot
going
of
to say
them
family
kids,
dynamics too. You know, family dynamics change it as well, because, you know, it's easy. Like I say, it's easier. You know, your family's going to tell you to stay in the straight and narrow, and then somebody's got $1,000 right there that you go make. It's like, you know, which one is a child who's born in poverty, born in, you know, a less resourceful situation going to choose? You know, the hearsay of somebody who's not doing no better than them, really, you know, just surviving, and somebody who's like, hey, I got, you know, come make this quick band. A quick band, whoa, let me go do that.
Tap inneth to the quicketh of banneth.
Seriously.
Man, but yeah, so I hope it don't pass, because I know the art's beautiful, but I do want the violence and the disrespect to stop, because that fuels the fire of what's been going on for so long.
It won't pass. Even if it does, they haven't realized when they ban stuff, it makes it more popular. Like people love what they can't have. You know, it's like you're gonna ban it.
No more drill music. I'm about to go make three mixtapes.
I'm gonna make 1 million songs now, and we're going up. Yeah, so
everybody.
But on a lighter note, those Seahawks,
Seagulls.
No, man, don't talk about it like that, man.
They're my Seahawks, man. I get to talk about
man, we're in the up and up. We're in the up and up, bro. I don't care. We got rid of.
That's what they're on.
Denver hasn't even started talking with Russell Wilson about even, you know, salary or nothing like that. They're gonna have a war, because he's gonna want 40-50, and you know he's 4-1. He's 5-6 in playoffs in the last few years. Hasn't been to a Super Bowl. We ain't been past the second round since 2014. But the Seahawks, well, not Seahawks, but Colin Kaepernick got to work out with a couple Seahawks.
Because he has before, like some weeks ago, and just recently he came in again and worked out. So I mean, I don't know what's going on, but it's obviously some people who's trying to push for him to, I guess, come get his last hoorah, because in the quarterback years, when you're protected, you do have a long career. You know what I'm saying? So he's been out of the league 4 or 5 years.
He got fresh legs.
Yeah, he'll be able to do some things. So it'll be cool to see him come back. It'll be a huge statement. I thought he honestly wasn't able to play again, but I was wrong, because of the money that he was able to get from the settlement from being blackballed out the league. You know what I'm saying? He was able to get, I think, $80 or $90 million. So I thought he wasn't able to re-enlist or try back out or be able to be on a team in the league, but he is.
No, I think that was just money for him being out, because he wasn't supposed to be out.
Yeah.
Like teams purposely didn't sign him. So that was money.
Money he probably would have made over time.
You know,
that he wasn't given.
But I think it's a good move. If we do sign him, we get a veteran. He can't charge that much. You know what I'm No, seriously, like it's because that's why one reason we got rid of Wilson, because he's gonna want too much. We got to rebuild. But I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's eager to show that he can still play. Even if we don't sign him, I think it's good that we still, you know, gave him a look or gave him a shot, because he's more capable than I can name so many quarterbacks right now who are making good money and don't even get on the field, you know, or who aren't really producing. So I think him having at least a shot to show that he can still ball and still play, you know, is a good thing. And Seahawks, we're one of the biggest second-chance teams in the NFL.
Oh, no, we give everybody a second shot, whether it be them declining and then giving another chance in their career.
Felons.
Or felons. You know, whether it be criminal record or your performance, we're a team that will bring somebody and give them a second chance. I think we actually, you know, we lose a lot of people in it, but we actually got some stars out of it, a lot of stars actually. So it's a cool thing for our team to do, and that's actually a real thing, a second chance team, because a lot of teams are no tolerance. And will not bring you into the organization if you have been a nuisance, or you have any trouble, or if you ain't, you know, playing up to par, but they just know you're a star. So hopefully Cap can get to that level and get signed, not just practice teaming him. I want to see what he can do. I do. And in Seattle, it's so open. We have such a fresh and clean slate that you can do whatever right now. I mean, you do what you want to do. Russ is gone. Locke don't even look like he's really here. Every time I see him, he looks like he can't believe he's in Seattle. So, I mean, somebody's going to have to come in and make some noise and make a statement. So, I mean, from that, I think that was probably some of the most noise been made about the Seahawks is they put up a post saying that Monk, or well, not Monk, that's the NBA dude, Malik was his name.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to draft.
They said who we should draft, and they said Malik, and they put up a couple other people, but there was only 2 quarterbacks, and he was one of them.
Nah, his arm's serious.
And so they're letting you know that they're actually going into the draft. They got number 9 pick in the first round.
Yeah.
So they're going into the draft trying to get a great pick. So hopefully he's still available, and they can go ahead and draft him because I believe he'll come in and make the starting job. But other than that, hope Cap get it, man. I hope he's at least there to be a veteran in the field and talk to whoever's giving him the position.
No, definitely, man. Hopefully give him a chance. This past weekend was also the Oscars.
Man, the Oscars was cracking.
The slap heard
They was
around
playing
the world.
slaps at the Oscars, man. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
slaps.
It was tremendous knockout there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really had to just be there, or at least be there. I'm talking about, I seen it live, and they tried to hit you with the and go to the ding, 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 the elevator
We'll be
music.
back.
Yeah, they try to hit you with the please wait. Caution. Oh, man. That was something that was amazing. If you don't know what we're talking about the Willard Smith, Master Will.
West Philadelphia, born and raised.
He was at the Oscars chilling. He's nominated for King Richard, which is the movie about Serena and Venus Williams' father. He played the lead role, and he was nominated.
He thought it was Ali.
He was chilling. He was chilling, and so they're chilling. And Chris Rock is the host, which he's been maybe 2 or 3 times, 2 for sure. And Chris Rock gave a joke, and it was about his wife, Jada.
Bald head nuts.
Basically saying, you're in G.I. Jane. And we all know everything's been going on for the past year or so with these guys. It's been a rough couple of years. And so if you look at it, and this is my take, Will Smith is trying to keep it cool. It's a little fake laugh, a little chuckle, but then looks at Jada, and Jada's looking like, nigga, you gonna laugh with him? You don't let him. He gets up, he walks on stage, and people think it's fake because Chris Rock leaned in. But think about it. This is the Oscars. This is a moment. You're thinking Will's about to say something to you. So you leaning in like, put the mic there like, pa! Kobayashi! I'm talking about, took his face off on stage and salute to Chris Rock's chinneth Cole. Salute to his chin.
It was chin 30.
It was chin 30 at that time it happened. Because I'm trying to tell you, he just, oh, wow. Wow, this is crazy.
Ate it.
He ate that. So Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, went back to his seat, and Chris Rock standing up there kind of in awe, but he's not showing too much emotion, which is it's graceful, man. I actually salute that because he didn't let it deter him from being a great host.
Because we would have tore that stage up.
Yeah, it would have been a Royal Rumble.
We're going to see if he really was training during Ali.
And so he turned it into a joke. But he was sitting there, and he was like, what's going on? And Will Smith was like, keep my wife's name out your mother effing mouth. And he said it like 2 or 3 times, and it was like serious to the point where they're showing reactions in the crowd, and everybody's like, okay, this ain't scripted. This is real. Like, this is real beef. And so, of course, it caused an uproar across America. It really did. And Ronnel had some of the funniest reactions to it, man. What did you see? What did you see happening? As soon as it happened, what did you see in the world? The memes, everybody talking?
I mean, for one, I personally myself, I said people forgot why they sent him to Bel Air from Philly. Got to a little scuffle. It happens from time to time. But nah, it was. I've seen different. Like, it's crazy because a whole bunch of stuff is coming from this. Zoe Kravitz is now being called out about something, speaking on it. It's crazy because it's really not only is Will being talked about, but it's so many celebrities things are being brought to light. Some celebrities say they're traumatized and.
Wanda Sykes, so traumatized.
Oscars.
And that Oscars was produced by black producers and directors, so they're trying to just connect it to so many things. But black people have to stop worrying about being perfect in front of people. Like, we have to stop worrying about we have to be us in front of people. We have to be us and who we are all the time. You're so worried about being perfect and being a goody two-shoes and not, looking a certain way. Forget their stereotypes. Forget all that. We're going to be who we are. And in that moment, sometimes you just got to slap a nigga. I mean, it just happens, man. You can't go through life sometimes without being slapped or slapping somebody. It happens.
Yeah, but you're Will Smith, man. And you showed crazy emotion.
That's why he stayed there and didn't leave.
Yeah, and now he's facing sanctions. He's facing sanctions for that, bro. Like, now he's facing sanctions for that. Like, now he's in trouble. Like,
so it's bad.
If I make 6 figures in the hood, I'm going to move differently. You're worth nearly $500 million, and you let your emotions get to where you walk up. You're not in front of a high school musical
college.
audience.
You ain't in front of
You're
an
on a
opera
global stage. and you go up and walk in there and slap a man, and it is, I think, being black and being in those spaces where we work so hard to get, it is like important for him to conduct himself a certain way because they do expect that. And from Will Smith of everybody, like you can see anybody else get on there and doing that, you know, somebody who's been in the headlines. There's no way you could tell me in 2022 that Will Smith's going to get
Kirkpatrick
and slap somebody like and really mean it. Like there's no way you could have told me that. So I feel like he could have conducted himself a certain way. But I'm going to speak on that after we come back from the break because there's been emasculation of the black man, and you just seen him boiling over from his frustrations from the entanglement stuff. He's been embarrassed for a couple years. There's memes going on about him, and I think that was just the last straw. But when you're in his position, you have to be able to hold back. And Jada's not a real one because she should have not let him go up there like that. But
I seen that too. I seen somebody say that too.
No,
so
seriously.
Definitely, I think it was directed energy. You know, a lot more energy than what Chris Rock deserved. But he ignited that.
Exactly. Like that wasn't all like that. All that wasn't for Chris Rock, and that's and that's my issue with it. All that wasn't for Chris Rock. There's so many things that happen in life where you went up there and slapped that man. That was a build-up.
Go see the lady on the couch, nigga.
You go, hey, I'm gonna go talk to the lady on Tuesday, babe. But we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come right back, and we're gonna finish talking about what's going on with the Oscars.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us. Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.
Yo, welcome back. We're finished kicking it off. We're kicking it back off, actually. Continuing to talk about the Oscars, and I wanted to speak on the culmination of the emasculation of the black man. And we got to see a portion of that yesterday or the day before when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. That was a buildup of him being in different situations, him being made fun of on the internet for years, his wife never speaking on it, him having to deal with entanglement or affair in his relationship, in the public. His wife never speaking on his behalf.
Protecting him,
protecting him. And the queen protects the king in all phases, because if a king goes, then it's detrimental. Then, if he steps forward, then it's an end result of major catastrophe, loss, or injury. That's why a queen is supposed to protect her king, and Jada should have stepped in and said, hey, they'll go on stage. But she's so ready to show the world that her husband's ready to go out. And your husband's an icon. He's a living legend, like amongst legends.
My icon living.
No, seriously. And for her to let him go out like that, I don't respect that. But we've seen the culmination of him being embarrassed, him not being able to speak about it. You got to be a man. You can't let it out. You can't show emotion. And it's further than just Will Smith. In movies, the black man is emasculated. In TV shows, I spoke on how, there's always a meme. Even the Oscars, they zoomed in on Jay-Z and said, we know why he's looking like that. And they're referring to the slap that Solange gave him in the elevator. And that's another joke being made on black men, whereas, it's a joke when domestic violence is against him. But if he slaps Solange back, he'd be the worst man on earth, and he'd be going down in history as a woman beater. So there's so many things that's happening to the black man, and I believe it just weighed on Will, and that was a moment that's the straw that broke the camel's back. But that was the wrong person. Chris Rock didn't deserve that. That was the wrong time, and he essentially has the wrong woman in his life because she was supposed to protect you. Anybody who wants to see you get violent at that stage in your life, like we all come from places where we learn how to maneuver differently. But at his age, what he's done, at his net worth, you know, I tell people from the neighborhood who make a certain amount of money, you shouldn't be coming around here. You shouldn't be going to the same spots. You shouldn't be hanging out with so-and-so. So for you to be worth $500 million and for you to go up on stage on a global TV show and slap him, and not only slap him, but slap him in front of people who don't care about you, essentially. People who don't care about your well-being, who want to have something to talk about. You're just merely entertainment for them. I think you got to see like a small portion of a black man blowing up, you know, emotionally, because he's had to play it cool for so long. He's a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's I Am Legend. You know, he's so many things. At one point in time, Will Smith was the most bankable actor in the world, meaning his fee was like $50 million because the movie's gonna do numbers. I don't care if the movie sucks; it's gonna do numbers. Men in Black, Wild Wild West, Hancock, Hitch. So many movies that he's been begging on. You can't be in that position. And I know because Denzel walked over to him and talked to him. I know Denzel told him, you can't act like this. He's acting like he's still 16-year-old in Philly, acting up, and I didn't agree with that
Keep
at all.
my wife's name out your mother-loving mouth.
That was zesty. You're a grown man. You go on stage and slap another black man in front of these white people, and then you go back to your seat and sit down and you're yelling from the seat like you're a kid. Like, that was zesty, and I don't agree with it.
All right. Well, my thing is, like I said, time, place for everything. You felt disrespected, slap somebody at the after party. I read a post where they were saying Jada should at least attempted to grab him, and I do understand that. She hasn't really, I haven't seen her protect him, whether it be their secrets or whether it be physically. I haven't seen certain things in her that shows that she really loves and cares about his well-being. So I think it takes two cheeks to be an ass, but Chris Rock also has crack jokes on her every Oscar since he's boycotted the Oscars. So it's a little bit of everything that goes hand in hand. Will still shouldn't have did that there, handle your business elsewhere, and then how he reacted after that is kind of like you being immature. So I think it's like you said, a lot of emotional distress, a lot of things he holding it in, he didn't get to exhaust, that he needs to go sit down on that couch with that lady and talk to her and let things out. And, maybe leave his wife. I don't see, for real, because I don't see her protecting him or, holding him down like that. I just see her talking about his innermost secrets and talking about an entanglement, using different verbiage and saying she had a side dude living in the house. That was her friend, her kid's friend.
And that's another thing I have an issue with. Women don't hold women accountable. Yeah. Could you imagine Willow bringing a friend home who's going through mental stresses and needing real help, and Will befriending her and then, having sex with her? Could you imagine what he would be labeled? But that's basically what Jada did. Jaden brought August home, and he was going through a lot mentally, physically. He had just found out he had his disease. He lost his brother, this and that. And it goes from him being in the house, being a friend, to you basically grooming him and having sex with him. So that's another issue I have with it. Like, when do we hold women accountable like we hold
Jada accountable?
Yeah, she's
little
definitely
bald head nut.
No, like, seriously, like, he has to get out of there because she doesn't protect him.
No, yeah.
Go ahead.
But I was gonna say on a lighter note about the Oscars, my boy Samuel L. Jackson, he won it. Was it first?
He finally won his first, and that's another thing. Will overshadowed all the black excellence from that night, from performances to Beyonce performing to, I believe it was Nate Parker and those guys directing and doing different things. And Samuel L. Jackson, he won his first Oscar. I think he said he's done over 150 movies, and he's produced $27 billion in box office sales. This is his first Oscar. And instead of celebrating that and knowing that and just letting him live in his moment, and Denzel Washington presenting to him, it's so much black excellence going on, we can't even pay attention to it because Will Smith's acting like a damn kindergartner, So,
and then the funniest thing was when Will Smith got his award, you seen Samuel shake his hand. He shook his hand like, black people say, yeah, you did that. If you look at that handshake, boy, Samuel Jackson was so happy that Chris Rock got slapped. I don't care what nobody says. That boy was looking like, yeah, my nigga did that.
Well, we know he's hood. And one thing I will say, Chris Rock to me has always played to the tune for other people. He's always danced, shucked, and jived. He says some things I don't agree with. So
He let a comedian say nigga, say he's a nigga, and then also turned around and let the Seinfeld had to say, hey, man, he's not able to do that. How you let another white man tell you that a white man's out of pocket? And Chris Rock was right with it. So there's a lot of points where I'd be like, man.
I definitely understand, but I still expect more. Like, who do you expect more from? Chris Rock or Will Smith?
Yeah, Will Smith for sure.
You know? So, no, seriously.
And then another thing that overshadowed was Seattle. We had 3 producers from here that were nominated a couple times. Sam Wish, Mario Luciano, and Jake One. Man, they were nominated, I think, between each other about like 9 or 10 times.
Wow, I didn't know that. Shout out to the guys,
her, Jasmine Sullivan. There's a lot of artists that they worked with, but Seattle was holding it down in the Grammys, man. Like, that's major. That's major.
Soundtracks was winning. Oscars was like, they're trying to say it was one of the worst ones, but I believe there was an instance where years ago one of the people tried to attack somebody. So it's not the first time the Oscars have seen violence. But it is one of the times. That's somebody who was at the Oscars too.
They was at the Oscars on that Youter.
but it is one of the times where we should have been represented better. You know, somebody's out there in that booger sugar. Welcome to Seattle. But no, switching up from that subject.
My bad, dog.
Come on, man, you're killing me. This past weekend, a 14-year-old passed away on a roller coaster ride.
I thought it was a slingshot.
In Orlando. It's called the Icon. It's one of those where they're seated around and it goes up and it slams back down. And he mentioned to one of the workers he didn't feel secure. And he was a bigger boy. I want to say he was 6'5".
Man, he's like 6'6", man, 3-something. He's a big boy, 14 years old.
14-year-old from St. Louis. And he mentioned it before, and he went up. And when he went up, he felt insecure. He told his friend, if anything happens to me, tell my mom and dad, you know, I love them. And when he came back down, he was ejected and died instantly upon impact. And they released a statement, the park did, saying that basically he was secured. How is he secured and he flew out, you know?
He wasn't secure, man. They're trying to avoid it, but he also said that they didn't click twice. He had asked the worker, like, hey, it's supposed to click twice, right? And he was like, basically like, yeah, you're good, and let him go up. So it was kind of like him already, he was calling it, he was saying it. And I just wish he would have been like, I need to get off of here or stop it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're on a ride or something.
His name's Tyree Sampson, too. Tyree Sampson.
Sampson, man, sending you love, praying for your family. It's a sad situation. And if you ever feel like you're unsafe on something, I don't care if you make a scene or be embarrassed, you need to protect yourself because you never know. Because this young man obviously felt like
he trusted the workers.
Yeah.
And that's what I say. At 14, you know, you're not, you know, the smartest.
Oh, good. They say you're good,
know, he said something to him. He tell him he's good. And it really messed me up because I saw the video on accident. Because when the video first released, it didn't say anything about a death.
It just had the video. I never seen it.
It was terrible. So, like, that was one of the things happened this weekend, and it shook a lot of people because the accountability the park's not trying to take. And then he was vocal, like he knew what was going on. I seen his dad speaking on the news, and it was heartfelt because it's like your child knew something was going to happen, and you have to hear this news and stay strong. It's only 14, he's a baby, you know. So that was terrible, man. That was a terrible event, man. Rest in peace to him.
Yeah, sending love to him, man. Rest in peace to you, man. And we hope that your family finds peace not only in the situation, but the park can take some responsibility for not properly making sure that everyone was taken care of before going up, especially if he voiced his opinion. And I think with all the cameras and stuff that's out today, all the people getting footage, it's going to be something that's going to show, you know, what led up to the moment. So it's very, very heartfelt. And if you haven't seen the video, don't watch it. No reason to. Just pray for the family, man, and take care of yourself out there. And like I said, if you ever feel unsafe, say something, speak up, because he did, and he didn't do it enough. But who is at 14 saying, hey, I don't want to have a thrill, I don't want to have fun? He was a kid living life. And it's not.
He was on spring break, and that's the best. He was on spring break from St. Louis, Missouri, and that's our second home, second home. We spent a lot of years there, and to get away from St. Louis is
everything,
thrill.
man. For real, for
Seriously,
real. So it's sad that we just lost one of our childhood friends there. His son just died. A baby was just shot. So it's a place that's really rough. So I can only imagine him having a ball and living life, and it's very sad his life was cut short. And I really hope the park holds himself responsible and bring the family some kind of, not just with money, but make sure that they're consoled, because in this time it's so hurtful, and it's so hurtful, it's ripping apart the family. So once again, man, rest in peace to Tyree Sampson.
Yeah, no, definitely. I want to speak about this because today it happened on Twitter. It was so funny. She had to erase it. Black China put up something speaking about she had to give back 3 of her cars because she couldn't afford it because she was a single mom and she doesn't get child support. And I just want to say child support is not a hustle. It's not for failed relationships. It's not for, to help you sustain the lifestyle you think you deserve. Because as soon as she put that up, I'm a single mom, I got to give back 3 cars out of my 6 cars, I'm not surviving, I'm not maintaining the lifestyle I want. Her baby dad's got in there, Tyga, the artist, and
Rob Kardashian.
Rob Kardashian got in there, and they both basically blew her up. Tyga said, I pay $40,000 a year on private school, and my kid's with me from Monday to Saturday. So she has a baby one day. Then Rob got in there and said, I paid $37,000 a year for private school, and I got my daughter from Tuesday to Saturday. So she got the baby for 2 days, essentially. So she got embarrassed, had to erase her tweet.
Looking for attention and got the wrong type of attention.
But that just goes to show you, some people have babies for the wrong reasons. I remember Nas,
that was
Nas'
the craziest one.
Like I think she was getting $500,000 a month, and when her baby turned 18, she was broke. And next thing you know, it was Nas' fault. He needed to pay this, pay that. Child support is not a hustle. It's to help raise the kid. If those guys, if anything, Black China needs to give Rob and Tyga child support because they have,
majority of time.
Custody. They're custodial parents. So I just thought it was funny for her to get online and try to, because women will cap for other women, but a lot of women was like, hey, you just really put yourself in a hot seat. If they want, they could go file against you, and say, hey, we need some help.
Help me because I got this kid all the time. Yeah. And when bigger situations, it's different to scale it. Even with, remember, what's his name? Blake Griffin went through that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a different scale when you're talking big money. But at the same time, people want to maintain a life that they didn't provide for themselves. I'm all for taking care of a child, especially if an absent person, father's not there. But people want a lifestyle that they didn't create themselves and they want to maintain it. I can understand for the most part, but not fully because you didn't create that. I can't give you 100% of something you didn't create. I can give you 50. You know what I'm saying? I can give you some of it. I'll still have some left. But I see a lot of situations where a lot's taken from a man. And then in some situations where now women are being held accountable. There's a viral video on YouTube of a white woman that's in court, and she's basically like, you guys keep lowering his payments, and that's how I'm living. And the judge is like, well, you're not handicapped or nothing. Go get a job. She's like, I don't want to work. Oh, well, you're not going to get no more money. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Wild.
It's not going to happen. So it's for the betterment of the child to make sure the child has better resources. But as far as women trying to sustain a life and buy luxury things and enjoy life, it's not made for that. Like, you have to create that yourself. Just as a man's supposed to create a life that he can provide for the child that he has, you have to do the same. You have to meet him in the middle, because I'm trying to tell you, they're changing the game now. A lot of women are ending up in bad positions because they want a lot. And they're able, fully body, healthy women, And
for most women, it's about control. And I say that because I got on the internet one time and was talking to a lot of women about this subject. And they were like, he thinks that $200 a month is doing something. I said, well, take him off. And it was like, no, he needs to support his child. It's like, oh, which one is it? Is it the money's not worth it? It's not enough?
It's not about the money.
So really just about control and be able to say, I'm hanging this over your head, for a lot of people, So I just wanted to say that. It's not a hustle. Everybody has, what did Kim K just say? Nobody wants to work. And she got her nerve because she was born with a silver spoon. But, that does go to show that she's really trying to live off, who she had children with and not, doing any work, making any money.
Establishing her own, man. So, hey, fellas, wrap it up. Or either go shoot it in the toilet.
Man. The old hacky sack.
See you later, little buddy.
Splash. I want to also speak on something serious before we go out. I seen a friend post, they were thinking about taking their own life on Facebook, and I reached out to her and spoke to her. So I just wanted to give the number for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It's 800-273-8255. And if you're ever feeling down, if you don't have anybody to call on, because a lot of people don't like talking to people about the problems, you know, the hotlines, it's anonymous, and they're there for whatever you need. But give them a call, because, you know, once you make that choice, there's no coming back from it.
It's not, and there's people who will miss you. If you think your life's not worth it, if you think that nothing will change if you're not here, you're completely wrong. You're very much worth it. You're very much worth this lifetime and this experience on this earth. There's people who love you, people who look forward to seeing you and talking to you, and I'm pretty sure there's people who will talk to you. But once again, if you feel like you need extra help or want to deal with someone you don't know, then call the prevention line, because you're worth more than not being here or taking yourself from this earth, because there's loved ones that need you and want you.
Yeah, and that makes me think of Freddie E., and I want to say rest in peace to him. It's been years, you know, since he passed, but it was kind of uproar when, you know, he took his own life. But he was feeling a certain way that nobody could account for, you know, and you can't really judge somebody off how they feel, whether they're saying we all live in the same world, but we live life differently. We see it through a different lens. We feel different ways. So if somebody comes to you with emotions, don't ridicule them, don't down them. Talk to them, try to give them the help they can, you can. If not, send them to someone who can. But everyone feels differently, and they take stress differently. Yeah. And they take, different.
They express it differently.
Yeah,
Even with our old friend from Garfield, Taylor Wang, long live Taylor Wang. He's somebody that I used to look at like a cool dude, full of life. Family comes from wealth, and you think that means perfect, and it doesn't. Because not too far after high school, he killed himself. And he was me and Ronald's great friend, a great dude, man. And it was deep and it hurt, because you look at somebody and you judge them, not in a bad way, but like, hey, he's perfect, he got it made. And there was something going on with him that I couldn't understand. Yeah. And so really talk to people, really be there for people, because people need help and they're hurting. I've been through depression. I battled it myself. And when I was by myself, it was dark and it was lonely. And you need to make sure you're with someone, around someone, expressing yourself. So please, if you ever feel like you're not worth it, let them know you are. Let someone tell you are, and call the Suicide Prevention Hotline.
I was going to say, one more time, it's 800-273-8255, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Give them a call. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
To my damn self. I got an event this Friday at Mint Lounge. It's going down. We're about to have a ladies' night, so the ladies is free all night. We do it for the ladies, not for you guys. You guys come to see them. Come check them out. Buy them a drink. Stop being cheap. We're going to have us a good time. We definitely going to turn up. So we got this Friday and the next Friday lined up, man. It's going to be R&B. It's going to be smooth, man. We're going to have us a good time, man. We're going up. That's R&R ENT.
Oh, man, that's what's up, man. I really don't want to give a shout out to nobody. It's like, I really wanted to give a shout out to my boy, Mar. He's a part of the Sky Blue Collective, and he's been giving back to the community in different ways. They've been pushing, they're all about community. And that's what I love about it. He's a good, solid dude. Give you a shirt off his back. And that means a lot these days. So shout out to Sky Blue, shout out to Mar, shout out to Reggie, Shiny, everybody, man. It's a great brand.
My dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my people, man. So it's another one in the books, man. Shout out my family at Converge, man. Shout out Big O.
Black Media Matters.
You know what I'm talking about.
See you guys next week. Shout out to my engineers, man. You guys are great.
Get the engineers a drink, man.
Right here in this one? All right, okay. Shout out to the engineers. You guys are great. Shout out to Big O. He's calling the plays, and, we're running them.
So it's a Factorz TV, man. We checking out, man.
VI.
Really.
Peace.
I did it for the city. I did it for the love. I did it for the people. I did it for us. Back on this rap-ish. I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list. Hope I ain't missing my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? Why the disrespect continue?